Ever heard about the Berlin Conference? How Europe divided Africa without Africans. In 1884, 14 powerful countries met in Berlin to decide the future of Africa. Not a single African was invited. No African wars, no Africans content. Yet, they divided an entire continent like a piece of cake. Let that sink in. What was the Berlin Conference? Europe called it diplomacy, but in reality, it was the formal organization of death. Africa was not poor. Africa was rich, rich in land, gold, water, oil, diamonds, rivers, and labor. Europe was industrializing fast and they needed raw materials. So in 1884 and 1885, they called a meeting in Berlin to avoid fighting each other, not to protect Africans. Their goal was simple: who gets what? To justify their actions, European leaders told their citizens one big lie: that Africans were uncivilized, primitive, and needed to be saved. This lie became the foundation of colonial education, religion, and media. It made invasion look like help and death look like civilization. After the conference, each empire came hungry. King Leopold II of Belgium, one of the most brutal rulers in history, claimed the Congo as his personal property. Not even Belgium. Millions of Congolese were killed or mutilated for robber and profit. That is why many historians call him the cannibal king, not because he ate flesh, but because he consumed life. Germany planted its flag in Namibia, Cameroon, and Tanzania. In Namibia, Germany committed one of the first genocides of the 20th century against the Herero and Nama people. France and Britain carved massive territories across West, East, and Southern Africa. The United States attended the conference but did not officially take land. Instead, it supported free trade and missionary influence, especially to Liberia, a country founded under US control. European rulers used rulers and pencils to draw borders on maps. Straight lines, no respect for tribes, no respect for language, no respect for culture. They split families. They forced enemies into the same country. They divided people who had lived together for thousands of years. That is why many African conflicts today are not tribal problems, they are colonial border problems. Yes, colonizers built railroads, but not for Africans. Railroads were built to move minerals to port, export raw materials to Europe, and reach empire, not local people. Colonial systems were never designed for African prosperity. Africans were forced to change their names, abandon their languages, reject their spiritual systems, adopt European languages, religions, and values. So, today we ask deep questions. What does it mean to